Australian bikie kingpin Jordan Curry, 43, has been sentenced to over 11 years in an American prison for his role as a leader of one of Australia's most powerful drug cartels, operating primarily through the Lone Wolf Bikie Club. Curry operated his network from Dubai, wielding significant influence over Australia's cocaine market through his ties to the Commission, a syndicate of elite traffickers that set minimum prices for cocaine across the country to ensure high profit margins. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, alongside Australian authorities, led an intricate undercover operation beginning in 2020 to infiltrate the Commission. Aussie undercover officers from multiple states, including Western Australia, Queensland, and New South Wales, posed as international money launderers, moving nearly $3 million in drug-related cash on Curry's behalf. This sting also involved setting up drops across Australian cities like Sydney and Perth, allowing authorities to track Curry's laundering operations and financial movements. Curry's syndicate reportedly handled an average of $3 million weekly in cash and cryptocurrency and laundered globally to fund drug trafficking from Colombia and Mexico. He coordinated shipments of massive quantities of cocaine, even hiding them in machinery bound for Australia. In one instance, Curry organized money drops in Sydney totaling over $1 million Australian dollars, which was transferred to US accounts and eventually funneled to Colombia in pesos. His extensive international laundering network leveraged sophisticated methods to conceal funds, including courier payouts and digital currencies. In May 2020, Curry's operations were fully exposed. The DEA's undercover agents in Australia worked with state police to pick up hundreds of thousands of dollars in drug proceeds, ultimately leading Curry to arrange further drug shipments. Law enforcement efforts successfully disrupted a planned 500 kilograms cocaine shipment from Colombia, set to pass through Mexico and Los Angeles before reaching Australian markets. In 2021, Curry was arrested in Mykonos, a Greek island, and later extradited to the US, where he pleaded guilty to charges of drug trafficking and money laundering. In court, it was revealed that Curry's upbringing included exposure to violent crime. He was taken in by his father's criminal associates after his father's tragic death. His brother's reference at sentencing shared that Curry felt remorse for his life of crime, calling it a meaningless path and expressing regret for his involvement in the drug trade. In a reference provided by Curry's younger brother Blake, he detailed the turbulent and dysfunctional upbringing the family endured in regional New South Wales, marked by a violent father who was also affiliated with the Lone Wolf MC. According to Blake, Curry was taken under the wing of his father's criminal associates following his father's tragic suicide, which deeply impacted him. Blake shared that he and Curry began reconnecting more frequently after Curry's arrest in Greece. "He constantly tells me he is ashamed of what he's done and where he is in his life now," Blake wrote. "He wishes he could turn back time to our father's funeral and avoid the path that's led him here. He has expressed that his life in crime was meaningless, a path he regrets ever being part of and one he now deeply resents." After pleading guilty in a Florida court to charges of money laundering and conspiring to import cocaine, Curry received a 135-month sentence in a federal prison in Georgia, which is approximately 11.2 years. His sentence will be backdated to his 2021 arrest in Greece, where he was initially detained before extradition to the United States. After his prison term and upon his eventual release, Curry will be subject to a 5-year supervision order, monitoring his actions closely as part of ongoing efforts to prevent further criminal activity. Australian authorities celebrated this outcome, highlighting it as a significant victory in the global fight against drug trafficking. Western Australia Police Commissioner Carl Blanche praised the success of the collaborative sting operation, which involved agencies from the US, Australia, Greece, and other international partners. This effort showcased how extensive global partnerships are essential for taking down criminal syndicates that operate across borders. The DEA's undercover operation, in particular, exposed Curry's intricate methods for laundering millions in drug money and trafficking large volumes of cocaine from South America to Australia. Curry's arrest and conviction, along with the dismantling of his network, underscored a vital point: coordinated international efforts remain the only effective way to disrupt high-level drug cartels that extend beyond any single country's jurisdiction. Mark Buttle, the notorious Comanchero world commander, was also closely linked to Jordan Curry through the Commission, the elite syndicate of top-level drug traffickers that wielded control over Australia's lucrative cocaine market. Both Buttle and Curry held significant influence within the cartel, with Buttle playing a pivotal role in orchestrating operations from abroad. In early 2021, Buttle was the one who announced the plan to establish this commission, resembling the mafia-style cartel to control drug prices in Australia, especially in Sydney. Disturbed by the plummeting prices of meth, Buttle sought to impose order. His scheme demanded that syndicates report the unique stamp or brand on every kilo of cocaine entering Sydney and pay fees to the Commission in exchange for its ominous protection. The plan promised to rein in prices and discourage unapproved imports. Yet both police and underworld figures regarded the idea with suspicion, anticipating fierce resistance and brewing conflicts among rival syndicates. The cartel's operations were shrouded in secrecy, with its high-level members moving vast quantities of cocaine and methamphetamine through sophisticated, hidden channels. The true extent of their power is still unclear, as many of the cartel's leaders operate behind layers of deception and fear, pulling strings from distant corners of the globe, particularly from the safety of places like Dubai. While Curry has swiftly faced justice, receiving an 11-year prison sentence in the US, Buttle remains entangled in prolonged legal proceedings in Australia. His fate is still pending, as he awaits a court decision, a stark contrast to Curry, whose case moved more rapidly through the system and resulted in a decisive sentencing. With Curry behind bars, authorities hope that the cartel's hold on the Australian drug trade will weaken. However, law enforcement remains vigilant, aware that organized crime networks continue to adapt and evolve. Curry's story is a cautionary tale, showing both the high-stakes nature of international drug trafficking and the tireless work law enforcement agencies undertake to disrupt it. If you're looking for more thrilling and edgy bikie updates, don't hesitate, whack that subscribe button, spread and share the video, hit that like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. And for the true grid Spartans out there, consider sending a super thanks or buy us a coffee to show some love. Your support keeps us going and the channel thriving, especially since most of our videos aren't monetized due to all the crime-related content. Stay tuned, stay curious, stay awesome, and take care. Wu-Tang.
Getting stuck, smelling at the moon, ready to strike. Running through the city, take what I like. Sydney's a jungle, concrete might. Ain't no crew, solo wolf fight. Fangs out in the night, venom in the flow. Pushing past limits, they too slow. Underground king, but ain't no show. Swagger mean as Rambo, spirits low.